Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 Shadowkeep for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of the Worthy Intel. And today is Friday, so we're going to be doing the rundown of XUR's location, what he's selling, as well as the glitch report for the week, all glitches that are currently still running in the game. But first, let's get to XUR. He is selling the cheese weapon of all that has made my life and many other people's lives in trials the last couple of weeks really just terrible, the hard light. So if you're into cheesing some trials, that's the weapon for you. He also has the Orpheus rig for the hunter, grants deadfall and Mobius quiver energy. We have the stronghold for the titan, bonus to guarding with swords. If you don't have that, maybe check those out, although the rolls on them seem fairly terrible. And we have the converse hold for the warlock, improved charging for void grenades. None of these really seem to have great rolls on them, but if you don't have the hard light and you've been getting killed by it constantly in trials, there's a reason for that, and you should take advantage of it, because I don't even remember the last time you sold hard light. I think Bungie is starting to realize that releasing a buff for this weapon literally right before a new game type or a returning game type was brought back into the game was not the best decision. For my exotic this week, of course, I got the Converse Hold because, well, the XUR just likes to troll me. Let me see if the roll on this is any better. Not really. Let me compare just a little bit. Yeah, it's, well, yeah, it's a rough day out here, guys. It's going to be a rough weekend in trials. So if this is your first weekend running trials, you're going to definitely want to visit XUR, because if you're not using the hard light, guess what? Everybody else is going to be using it. But that's it really for XUR's information today. The rest of this video is essentially going to be a rundown on things that you can buy today that might allow you to farm out some additional power as well as rewards, and a glitch report for everything that is still currently running this week. And there is quite a few things to talk about. First off, I want to talk about the Nightfall ordeal. I made a video about this a couple of days ago, or maybe a day ago, I can't remember now. If you don't know, right now the Nightfall ordeal at any level, be it 750 or up, is essentially rewarding double rewards. So what this means is, if you take out all the champions that are in this particular Nightfall, you get double rewards once defeating the boss. And because Nightfall ordeals reward exotics, you can essentially have a chance at getting a double exotic reward, or a double pinnacle reward, or just double loot in general. So if you're looking to farm up on some Masterwork cores or enhancement prisms or even Ascendant shards, this is going to be probably the best way to farm up on all of those things this week. I don't know if this is going to be patched. I'm sure it won't move into next week's Nightfall ordeal, so take advantage of it now. Trials, of course, has returned, and the Trials map for this week is an old favorite from D1, the Cauldron. I say favorite ironically, because, or sarcastically to be exact, because it has doors in it, and those are just a problem. The doors' timing as far as connections can be different. So if you want to cheese it a little bit, hang out by the doors. If you're getting killed often by the doors, that's probably why. Couple other things I wanted to just show. For example, we have the gunsmith materials that are being sold this week. You could have observed them just now if you're looking to stack up on any enhancement cores or upgrade modules for the week. And then of course we have Saint 14 with his bounties. For the weekly bounties, we have Trials of Decryption. Collect Trials Ingrams before Trials ends this week. I'm not sure if that changes week to week. We have Deep Void Alignment. As a fire team, defeat opponents using void damage in the Trials of Osiris. For the dailies, we have several Several Punch Team. We have Trials Traplet as a fire team. Defeat opponents using pulse rifle final blows in Trials of Osiris. We have Blunder Trust as a fire team. Defeat opponents using shotgun final blows in Trials of Osiris. Okay, and for the final one, we have Connective Charge as a fire team. Defeat opponents with arc weapons final blows in Trials of Osiris. Arc weapon final blows, excuse me. As of course, we have the additional bounties, which I would suggest you pick up as many as you can. These are always fairly easy to do, and they'll let you farm up on some Trials tokens. We, of course, have the 2 passages, the Passage of Mercy, as well as the Passage of Confidence. Still going to go with the Passage of Mercy. Hopefully this week, maybe I'll get my final Flawless. I would love to just get 7 wins. That would be great. So far, 5, I think, was the cap that I've gotten. If anybody out there who's a viewer is a really good Trials carry and is on PC, hit me up. There'll be a link to my Discord down below, as well as my Instagram and Twitter. Please follow those, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the notifications to be entered into that giveaway at 20,000 subscribers. And as always, guys, you know the drill. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'll have a little secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway. Second time for this video. Remember those secret hashtags. They stack between all videos. So if you haven't done it on a previous piece of content, of course, go back, check out another video, and do it again. Another little thing I wanted to do a quick rundown of is if you have been farming the Nightfall and you have a lot of enhancement prisms, but not enough enhancement cores, there's a way to basically turn one into the other. This requires you leveling up any piece of armor to either 8 or 9, anything right before actually having to use an Ascendant Shard for that final masterwork. So basically don't masterwork it, just go right to like 9 right before your masterwork, and then delete the item, and you will get 3 masterwork cores back more than when you put into it. So you'll get 6 back versus the 3 you spent to upgrade it. So if you need to switch out one upgrade item for another, that's a good way to do it. Another thing is the Xenophage exotic quest is still currently glitched and is available, as well as the Whisper of the Worm is also glitched. For those of you who don't know about the Whisper of the Worm, basically you're able to do uber damage regardless of the weapon or light, and the same can be said for the Outbreak Perfected. I've talked about both of these in the past, but right now, if you want either one of these weapons, they're very easy to solo because you can just go in and any damage that you do to any of the enemies is going to just be, I think, 3 times the norm or even higher. But you do uber damage no matter what you're using. For the Xenophage quest, I've talked about it extensively in the past, and I'll probably do another video about it in the future, but there's a very simple glitch that allows you, once you're actually in the Pit of Heresy section, to get out of the map and get around the first section of the quest. So the Red Keep section you can essentially bypass completely, and once you get to the Ogre section, you will not have any Ogres or a kill timer. So once you're actually doing the boss or fighting the boss for the Xenophage, doesn't matter if you die, all damage done to the boss will essentially be maintained. You will spawn outside of the boss room and you can continue on with the fight. So if you're doing this solo, it's super easy. Spider this week is selling helium filaments for legendary shards, for today. He's selling Glimmer for barium boughs. Not a terribly good spider cache for the day, so if you are looking to get some upgrade modules, none of the items that he's selling today translate into upgrade modules at the gunsmith, and nothing other than helium filaments is really worth buying. But I always take advantage of these every day because you never know when you will need helium filaments. You never know when the gunsmith will be selling upgrade modules for those. I've been using a lot of upgrade modules this season, more so than I did in previous seasons. So I always suggest, just farming up on a few of those, just in the case that tomorrow he's selling something for helium filaments. Another thing that I kind of wanted to discuss, obviously, this week, and I will make another video about this in the past, the weekly Flashpoint is, I believe, on Titan. And Titan has the Bad Neighbors mission, which, if you didn't know, allows you essentially to farm the boss at the end of the mission. You kill the boss, and then you jump off the map. And before the actual timer for the mission stops, if you jump off the map and die, you can get the boss kill, which will reward you with a possible prime or legendary drop, and you can continually repeat this process, just farming out the boss over and over and over again. So a lot to discuss this week. Plenty going on, plenty of things to take advantage of. Hopefully your Trials Ascent this week goes smoothly. Hopefully you can get to 7 wins. Hopefully you can go flawless. Know that there's going to be a lot of hard lights out there, so be aware. Again, Trials map this week is the Cauldron. Keep in mind the doors do tend to open and close slightly differently depending on where you are in the world and your connection. So I would suggest actually leaning into that a little bit, even if you don't have a great connection. Stand near the doors. Don't try to stand in the middle of the map. And I would suggest, if you're getting into Trials for the first time, don't try sniping, because people who are good snipers are going to know how to really use those doors and snipers to their advantage. Also, there's been a real run on aimbotting in Trials at the moment. I know Bungie is addressing this, or will address this in the near future. So if you're just getting killed and you don't realize that, if you're just getting sniped and it just seems otherworldly as far as like the ability of people to be quick, know that aimbotting is a real thing. I believe it was 1 in every 3 people. There was a very popular aimbot that was brought into the, I don't know where you'd find those things, but wherever they are, let's just call it the Destiny, Unisphere outside of the actual game. And I believe of the 373 or something along those lines, almost 400,000 people that were actually playing Trials last weekend. There were, now that's not to say that all those people, or this percentage of people, was actually using the aimbot, but the aimbot that I'm talking about was downloaded, I think, 173,000 times, or close to. So that's almost half. That's about half of the amount of people actually playing Trials were using an aimbot. And I think of the people that actually went flawless in Trials, it was like another, I want to say it's like 1/4 of the amount of people that were actually playing. So as I said, it's a little bit tricky out there. It's tough even if you're not coming up against cheaters or hacks. But thank you all so much for watching, and for today's secret hashtag that you can leave in the comment section to be entered into that giveaway of 20,000 subscribers a second time for this video, leave a hashtag XUR, or a hashtag Trials of Osiris, or a hashtag Season of the Worthy as always. And thank you again for all the support on the channel as of late. I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you in the next video. Later!